Welcome back to the King's Corner, the place for all things Bethesda. I am the KingFanMan. And if you love Bethesda games, Fallout, The Elder Scrolls, and you're not subscribed yet to the KingFanMan channel, why not? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button because I talk about Bethesda all the time on this channel. Hit that notification bell too so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Today we continue our series, Fallout 76 Scary Places, and we're looking for the most scary places, the real places in West Virginia that are in Fallout 76. And we are going back to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, but not for the Mothman. This time it's for the Lowe Hotel. When one thinks of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and especially if the subject is spooky and mysterious things, most people automatically think of the Mothman, and rightfully so. The Mothman has been making headlines and literally making people's heart race since the fall of 1966. The Mothman knows worldwide fame with movies, TV specials, and even a yearly festival in his honor. But there is another spooky and mysterious place in Point Pleasant that has been around much longer than the Mothman, and it is still active today. It is the Lowe Hotel, or it is sometimes called the Lowe Inn. It is located in the heart of the Point Pleasant Historic District, just across the street from the Mothman Museum and statue. The hotel was built in 1901 and was originally named the Spencer Hotel in honor of J.S. Spencer, who was a local judge and the financial backer for the hotel. The hotel was owned and operated, however, by two brothers, Homer and Griff Smith. Now, the four-story hotel cost $65,000 to build in 1901, and another $10,000 was used to furnish the hotel. The ground floor had a bank, a barbershop, a bar and grill, sample rooms, billiard rooms, and a ladies' reception. And a mezzanine between the first and second floor contained the original kitchen and dining facilities. Floors 2 and 3 served as guest rooms, and the fourth floor housed a grand ballroom. The hotel was built in order to serve the heavy river traffic that stopped at Point Pleasant, with rooms on the third floor set aside especially for tradesmen and rivermen. When Homer Smith and J.S. Spencer launched the Security Steamboat Company in 1914, the hotel became a popular spot for its passengers, but also its crews during repairs and inclement weather. The Smiths owned the hotel until its purchase in 1929 by Homer D. Lowe, who renamed it the Lowe Hotel. Lowe was the son of hotel owners in Spencer, West Virginia, and grew up in the hotel business. When Lowe acquired the building, he changed much more than just the name. He put a stop to the backroom gambling and prostitution that was previously allowed and opened up portions of the hotel for use from civic and church groups. Lowe passed the hotel down to his son, Homer Lowe Jr., in 1945. Homer Jr. finally retired in 1987 and put the hotel up for sale. It was purchased by Rush and Mary Ruth Finley in 1990, and they still own the hotel today. What an amazing history the Lowe Hotel has. Just think about the people that must have passed through these doors from 1901 until today. From generation to generation to generation. You know, with that much life passing in and out of this building, there is bound to not only be history, but also a little mystery to this place. And there is. Every owner of this hotel has had their own ghost stories, but they don't call them stories. They say they are true happenings, true things that do go bump in the night, things that they have really seen and really heard. The following are just a few of the things that the owners and staff have seen inside the Lowe Hotel from 1901 until present day. If you really want to see a ghost at the Lowe Hotel, then the mezzanine on the second floor might be the place to start, because it is a hot spot of one of the most famous of the Lowe's ghosts. Many times down through the years, there is a beautiful woman that has been seen dancing on the mezzanine. She is described as being barefoot, wearing something that looks like a nightgown, and having long and flowing hair. Now, she has been seen in other parts of the hotel as well, but most of the time the mezzanine seems to be her favorite spot. She has given many people a scare that have come face to face with this young woman. She is thought to be the ghost of Juliette Smith, the middle child of Homer Smith, the original manager of the hotel back in 1901. As a young woman, Juliette fell in love with a boy that her father did not approve of. The boy married another. Juliette did not get married and is said to have died of a broken heart there, alone at the hotel. Now, whether she died of a broken heart, I cannot say, but we do know she did die alone, and she did die there in the hotel, and she has been seen, or someone looking very much like her, has been seen since the very beginning, since her passing back in the early 1900s, and she is still seen today. So, if you want to see a ghost, yes, then head up to the mezzanine and you might come face to face with Juliette, the heartbroken ghost. One of the creepiest stories to me also comes from the second floor, as a former staff member of the hotel recounts that they were on the second floor while it was empty. They were working on the second floor and they rounded the corner, and coming down the hall was a semi-transparent child riding an old-timey tricycle. They saw the child for about 3 seconds and then it was gone. Makes me think of The Shining. But there have been other guests and staff that have heard children laughing on this floor and have heard the squeak of tricycle wheels. Many people have reported this. Also, people say that if you take pictures on the second floor, that many times you will see orbs in your photos, or there will be things that come in your photo that weren't there when you took the picture. So many things seem to be happening on that second floor. Now moving to the third floor, it seems that the Lowe Hotel might have a playful spirit on the third floor. At least they hope it's a playful spirit. Many have reported whistling coming from the third floor, sounding like someone who is whistling a tune. Also, it is reported that if you whistle on the third floor, sometimes somebody or something will whistle back while no one is up there. The staff also records that they will find cleaning supplies and tools that are out on the third floor when no staff has been there that day. So they have theorized that it may be someone that used to work at the hotel. At least that's what they hope it is. And they hope it's friendly. An apparition has been seen on the third floor of a man with a beard wearing period clothes about the 1930s, often seen around rooms 314 and 316. And people have reported that this person walks nonstop. And of course, people have reported hearing footsteps along with the whistling sounds. So many have theorized that this man with the beard may be the one that is doing the whistling and putting out the cleaning and tools. So again, they theorized that it was somebody maybe from the 30s that worked at the hotel. He's friendly and just wanting to show himself. Nope, that's it. I'm out. Here's the keys. I'm gone. Bye, y'all. Thanks for the stay. Then there is the absolute crazy claim that 3 different generations of staff and guests have seen the apparition and have identified the apparition of Captain Jim O'Brien. Now, how did they know this ghostly apparition was Captain Jim O'Brien? Because his picture actually hangs in the river suite of the hotel that overlooks the river. Who is Captain Jim O'Brien? He was the captain that manned the steamboat that Homer Smith owned in 1915. What a wild claim. And again, 3 different generations of both staff and guests have said they have seen him and can identify him with his picture. We finally make it to the 4th and last floor. Now, there's just a few things that are reported on the 4th floor, but I felt they were all worthy of making the video. The first thing is the staff claims that if you go to the middle of the ballroom floor, very late at night or early in the morning, many times you can hear a stringed quartet playing. And again, they say this happens on almost a nightly basis. So almost anyone that comes to the hotel can experience this. Also, one of the Finley daughters went up to one of the side rooms off of the ballroom to sneak a cigarette. Now, Finley is the current owner of the hotel, so one of their daughters went up to have a cigarette, and this room just happened to be the room where Mr. Lowe, of course he was the one that the hotel is named after, his widow's mother's chair was located. It's still there at the hotel, and they store it in this room. And she says, as she was there having her cigarette, the rocking chair started rocking on its own. Now, she said she did not touch it. She did not walk past it. She was standing there having her cigarette, and it started rocking on its own, and she ran out of the room. I think I would have run too. Now, the last thing that happened on the 4th floor is pretty amazing. A woman saw an apparition so plainly that not only did she identify this apparition, but it scared her so bad that they had to call the paramedics to check on her. Thankfully, she was fine. But she saw a postcard and brought a postcard back to the hotel and showed them the identity of who she thought the apparition was that she had seen. It was Sid Hatfield. Sid Hatfield just happened to be a chief of police that was gunned down in McDowell County in 1921. And the hotel was amazed. No one else had ever reported seeing this person or had identified him anyway. But this woman said, as plain as day, this is the one I saw. So it's very obvious. A lot seems to be going on at the Lowe Hotel, and has been for a long, long time. So the next time you go to Point Pleasant, whether in-game or in real life, don't just think of the Mothman. Also remember the Lowe Hotel and all the spirits that may reside within. And if you do happen to go to Point Pleasant in real life, remember you can get a room at the Lowe Hotel and stay with them all night.